What's up, everybody? Every once in a while I like to show off some of my other interests on the channel, and I figured doing like a top 5 favorite anime series video would be kind of cool. Mainly these days, if I'm going to watch an anime, it's a movie. It's like a one-shot. I can sit down, watch it in 2 hours, and be done. I just don't have the time for a 50 or 100 plus part anime series these days. But back in the day, like 5, 10 years ago or more, there were quite a few that I was interested in. And surprisingly, I don't actually own a couple of my favorite ones, and I'll get to that in a little bit, but I'll start off with Desert Punk. This comes in a cool, like, tin case, and it has 24 episodes across 6 discs in this collection. And this is definitely a comedy. Desert Punk is based... I'll just show you the inside real quick. The story is based off of the main character, whose name is Kanta, this guy right on the cover, and also goes as by the name of Desert Punk. He's a mercenary, and basically it's like a post-apocalyptic story where Japan is this big desert, and he basically just gets hired to do these crazy jobs and has become well-known for just the way he does them. He does a lot of, like, illusions and little, like, magic tricks to make the enemies think he's some super amazing, mercenary, and really he's just using little gimmicks and stuff. His main interest, I guess, actually I'll take this back out to show you, his main interest is a character named Junko, and where's a good picture of her? I guess that is right there. She has ridiculously huge boobs, which is a big part of the story, and he's a ladies' man and hits on quite a few different girls, but she's sort of like the villain slash sidekick at times. They have a rivalry. There we go. That always goes back and forth, and it's a good anime. It's a lot of fun, and actually a lot of the jokes are pretty decent. Sometimes the jokes come off a little like cheesy or childish in some of them. I would say they're definitely cheesy, but it's a mature anime. It's definitely for not for kids, so I recommend checking out Desert Punk. It was pretty damn funny. Next, I'll talk about Cowboy Bebop. This is regarded as one of the best animes of all time. I remember just the first time I saw like the intro to one of the episodes, just how smooth the drawings were, the animations were, and the music that was playing. It's very like jazz style. I fell in love with it. It's definitely a mature anime. If I was to recommend like a series to someone that's not a big anime fan or has never even watched one, this would definitely be one of the ones I would mention. It takes place in space. They are bounty hunters, the crew of the spaceship Bebop. So you get a lot of action and gunfights, and the story is just really, really good. There's a lot of sort of drama and sadness between different characters and their pasts. So again, I definitely recommend it in the sense of if you're looking for not, silly anime or you're not a really huge fan, this is definitely probably something that you would be interested in. It's 26 episodes long, so it's also another one that's not going to take you months to watch. You can sit down in a few days and get through everything. So I can't really recommend Cowboy Bebop enough. It's pretty amazing. This next one my wife and I watched not too long ago. I mean, definitely within the last year and a half. So I guess it's the newest anime series that we have watched, and that is Mushishi. Has a funny name. It follows around this guy. His name's Ginkgo. He's a Mushi master, and what Mushi are is life in its purest form. They're basically these little creatures. Some of them are totally harmless. Others can affect people and cause them harm. And he goes around to discover new, basically, species of Mushi, or to help people on his travels as well, deal with Mushi that are affecting them. It is a beautiful anime. It's really well drawn. It's surreal a lot of the times, and it's just, it's more slow pace. It's definitely story based. It's not so much action packed. There's not gunfights or anything like that in it, but it's a fun one just to sort of sit, relax, and just enjoy each episode for what they are. And each episode is sort of like their own little mini stories, so you really don't get a ton that connect, from 4 or 5 episodes in a row. Most of them are just sort of like one-shots, and then maybe you'd see that character later on, like 7 episodes later or something, for a little small bit. But very cool. One bummer about this, though, is it has a slipcase that goes over this box. And I could show you on the DVDs themselves. You can kind of see like a little bit of white marks there. It's the DVD cases and the slipcase are this really like papery cardboard. I know that's sort of a weird way to describe it, but it's very soft and it doesn't have like a clear coat over it or anything. And unfortunately, I sort of discovered today that this is the newest thing that the Silverfish have decided to eat. And you can see, actually my screensaver just popped up with a picture of Ginkgo. That's kind of funny. Yeah, they've been eating on this box, and that really sucks. Because the first thing, like, I love anime, I love my DVDs, but they're not the same in the sense of collecting-wise as, like, my video games or other things, so I more buy them to watch and enjoy, and then I'm not bummed, necessarily if the case gets a little messed up. But it still sucks to see that they've been eating. They're still in this fucking room. Like, I have this... Oh, my computer just warned me about something. Anyways, I have this, like, Raid bug barrier crap. And for the most part, I maybe, they're still... I still see them every once in a while. I don't know how to officially 100% get rid of them. I don't even know if I technically can unless I bug bombed my house or this room. These little damn insects, these little tiny things, love eating cardboard and paper. So I have yet to find something in here that they've been eating on that I flipped out about. That's like any of the video games or a certain book or anything like that. But the chances are pretty damn high that they have been chewing on things in here that I just haven't seen yet. I keep catching, like one other little thing, or I think I found about 3 or 4 things so far in here, and it's a bummer. It sucks. But I'm trying to take care of it. I'm trying to, right now I'm cleaning out that closet. I went through all my posters. I found one poster that they had been, like, chewing on, and it was a shitty one. I threw it away. I didn't even, mind. So they're so picky. It's such a weird little bug, but... look them up. I've talked about them many, many times now, so I'm not going to go into detail about what a silverfish is, but feel free to look it up, Wikipedia it, Google search it. Next, I'll just jump right in and show Samurai Champloo. This little tin is actually for, like, episode 6. I own each individual, like, DVD, or not episode 6. For DVD 6, I own the individual DVD releases. I don't own, like, the box set. And this is the only one that I know of that came like sort of in a special tin just by itself. And I think this was at Hot Topic. I actually got this when I was working there. But this anime is totally funky. It's about, there's 3 main characters. Mugen, Jean, and Fu. Actually, I remembered all 3. And it's been a long time since I watched this. They all have their own really distinct personalities. Actually named... a cat that we don't have anymore. Katie's parents do. Mugen, because his personality is just, fuck everything, I don't give a shit, I'm gonna do what I want, and that's how that cat was. He just bit anyone he wanted, just sort of laid or went wherever he wanted. He was a dick, basically. But the style of music is very, like, hip-hop, turntables, scratching, and there's actually a game on the PS2 that I own that's based off of the anime, and it has a lot of that, like, hip-hop DJ style influence in, like, the fighting style of it. Even the way the episode, like, sometimes they cut different scenes, and it's, like, remixed, so, like, the scenes kind of get chopped up and moved around. It's funny. It has lots of action and sword play. It's another one that's really well written, and it's short too. Like I said, I think it's actually only 7 individual DVDs long. I don't remember exactly how many episodes that is, but it's pretty short. This was on... Actually, me and my wife watched this. My wife and I watched this before it was on TV, before it actually got put on. I think it was Adult Swim. I believe that's what we were watching it on Cartoon Network, but we checked it out before that, and then I was pretty happy by the time they actually, put it on TV, and it got more popular. I have some t-shirts for it, I have some, like, wall scrolls. It was definitely one of my favorite ones, so check that one out. And then the last, and this is sort of funny, I mentioned that I actually don't own, like, some of my favorite anime series, And one of my favorite ones of all time, for sure, is Berserk. And this is the manga. This is the first edition of the manga. And I thought I owned the box set, and I don't. I think the reason why is we owned it at one time, and it was a bootleg copy. And over the years, I think I ended up trading it in or selling it at my local anime shop because I was like, well, I don't want to collect the bootleg shit. I want to have the real releases. So I traded in and never, looked into getting the real release or whatever. So I bought that bootleg one at the Wagon Wheel Flea Market, the same place that we filmed the episodes of Video Game Sellers a long, long time ago. There was like an old lady that used to sell anime, and most of them were bootleg. She sold them really cheap, like $20 a box set, which was awesome, at that time. That's still awesome prices, these days. But back then it would have been like, $50 to $100 for most box sets. Now, Berserk is beyond messed up. The story basically, Guts, the main character, he was born when his mother was hung, and she was pregnant, and basically when she died, she gave birth to him in the mud. So he was found, laying in a puddle of mud, all gross, and basically since he was very, very young, was taught nothing but how to fight by this soldier mercenary guy who was a dick, and beat him and treated him like crap, and but he grew up knowing nothing but killing people and fighting. And the story has a lot of supernatural, like monsters and creatures and angels and devils, and it's a long story. The anime itself, the series, the DVDs, they only went up to, I think, where the story goes up to like in the 10th or 12th manga. So the anime is pretty short. The story in the manga, I own up to book 36, and I know it goes pretty far past that now. I recently just started reading it again, so that's, I guess, one of the reasons why I've sort of decided to do this video also, is I'm sort of trying to jump back into manga and anime, because I've definitely taken a while, off from it, but I highly recommend for mature audiences only, a lot of nudity and blood and super gory scenes, both in the manga and the anime, but Berserk is pretty damn amazing. Alright guys, thank you for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please give me some thumbs up. Let me know some of your favorite anime, series, movies, or manga in the comments down below, and I will talk to you all later. Peace!